Lines of America. Get ready for out-of-the-box discussion, intellectual intercourse. America as he sees it. This is the Scooter McGee Show. News Talk 1310 KFKA.
We must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence by the military-industrial complex.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, not
Radio Gaga.
The Bush administration is doing a pretty good job. It seems that we get the right guy at the right time.
Radio Gaga.
The campaign strategy of portraying Hillary as the victim of piling on.
Radio Gaga.
information when it's needed, not when it's convenient. This is the Scooter McGee Show. Paranoia is patriotic.
Good evening, Gotham. Good evening, Metropolis, and welcome back, Emerald City. I am Scooter McGee. It is Wednesday night. It's hump night. A lot to cover. So much to cover that it's not even funny anymore that in the old days we just brought a briefcase to work. Now we come fully armed, loaded, prepared for bear. Having said that, hit it.
All right, kids, sit back, get comfy cozy. It's time for Shallow Moments with Scooter McGee.
Vitriolic hate. That's what I'm filled with, apparently, North America.
These out-of-control people. Yeah, you know, Bill...
That's going to be fun to watch.
Uh-huh. Do you think this Constitution loving is getting out of hand? I mean, is it a nod to the Tea Party? What is this about, exactly? That is,
I tell you what it is.
Is it the first time a lot of congressmen will have heard about it, read it?
I was going to say, first of all, I think on the one hand, it's hooray for Hollywood, right? I mean, I really think it's just a so obvious publicity stunt. But I got to tell you, there could be some benefit here, because I think most Republicans haven't read the Constitution, to be honest. I hope they listen carefully. There's some good stuff in there about the right of privacy they probably never heard before. There's something in there that says only Congress can declare war, not a president of the United States. I bet they never heard of that before.
Probably never did.
Good.
Okay, we'll continue this in just a minute. Hold that thought, Margaret. We have to take a break. I'm sorry.
Of course we have to take a break, because the machine is financed. Special thanks to all the sponsors of the Scooter McGee Show. We will get to all of your names tonight, in no particular order. But it's interesting now. The First Amendment under fire with the Fairness Doctrine. The Second Amendment under fire with gun control. We're all talking about behaving civilly, Justin. Obviously, opposition to management. Bill Maher last night, of course, on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno going off on all of you Americans. You have distrust in the government. You're filled with conspiracy theories. Those of you who, for some reason, believe that gold and silver are good, you're bad. And patriots are now terrorists.
Hey, Stephen, I have to tell you that I'll mention a couple names without getting into too many fights. People like Mark Levin or Michael Savage, for example, who every time you listen to them are furious at the left, with anger that's just builds and builds in their voice, and by the time they go to commercial, they're just in some rage every night with ugly talk, ugly sounding talk, and it never changes, it never modulates. They must have an audience. I looked at the numbers today. They have big audiences, and I guess that's the question. Why, and is it ever going to stop if it keeps working?
Gotham, Metropolis, and Emerald City. At 9 minutes after the hour, I give you my assurance that I will not raise my voice until 11:53 this evening. I would, of course, assume that medication is on the way. We have a lot to cover. And it's the truth. It's not vitriolic hate. It's not racism. It's not homophobia. It's not bigotry. It's not misogynism. It's the facts and the truth. And why are the actions of one? Why are we all being punished? These questions we hope to answer and take your calls tonight at 1-877-353-1310 across the Great Divide. I'm Scooter McGee. A lot to cover.
You've just heard Shallow Moments with Scooter McGee. Thank God that's over with.
Northern Colorado stays informed because Northern Colorado listens to 1310 KFKA, Greeley, Loveland, Windsor, Fort Collins, and online at 1310kfka.com.
Metropolis, Emerald City, and to our newest affiliate, Xanadu. As we approach 11 minutes after the hour, with the death of America and the birth of a new world order, a 21-gun salute in order.
Ready! Ready! Fire! Ready! Fire!
Those losing their lives for a war of profiteering, of globalism. Our hearts and minds are with Eric Nettleton, Army Sergeant from Wichita, Kansas, assigned to the 1st Squadron, 2nd Stryker Cavalry Regiment out of Villicek, Germany, dying on January 5th in Tarin-Kowt, Afghanistan. A wound suffered when insurgents attacked his unit with an IED. What mission accomplished? What war? What a tragedy that this continues. So few answers, so many questions, and now when we ask them, we've become the dissenting Americans. Gotham, Metropolis, and Emerald City, that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. The goal of this, obviously, to come up with an answer through conversation, through intellect, through discussion. This is how we take our nation back. So let's exercise our voices before we exercise our dialing fingers and sing along loud and proud to the national anthem of the United States of America.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And against red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
God bless America.
Well, you know, we're supposed to be able to say that.
Patriots, traitors, terrorists, run for the hills. Oh, dear God, we're all going to die because of loud-mouthed, offensive, vitriolic hate mongers called talk show hosts. Coming up in the stories of the headlines tonight, openly disclosed chemtrails We know about HARP. Now we have a problem with all the earthquakes and
More dead birds and dead fish, and nothing to see here. Move along.
No, of course we're not. We're all supposed to obey civilly as we discuss why we should get rid of your Glock 9mm, because they're so difficult to trace, and it's only fair. Hence the reintroduction of the fairness doctrine. Too many problems in the stories of the headlines to cover that, along with courthouse news. Joining us live in studio, of course, will be my attorney, Rick Blundell from Rick Blundell & Associates. We'll do all that after a quarter of the hour break. That time check brought to us by City National Pawn, 3301 West 10th Street. Pawn Stars for the Scooter McGee Show with 33% off all tools between now and Friday. Speaking of tools, when we come back, my attorney, Rick Blundell.
Calling out the tyrants and pointing out the patriots, all the while pushing the envelope of conspiracy. You're listening to Scooter McGee on Colorado's first radio station, News Talk 1310 KFKA.
There are radio stations up and down the dial that make you sing and clap your hands. There are other stations that try to make you think. And then there are others that make you dance in your car.
Ouch, my head. Ouch, my
In
head.
fact, you can find stations like these all over North America. And if you're intrepid, you'll find some in Europe, too.
Mein Kopf. Mein Kopf.
But there's only one radio station in the entire universe that makes you want to stand up and say, "Oh my God, did you hear that?" That's when you know you're listening to us.
KFKA Greeley.
The recent outcry over healthcare puts our own health in perspective. Whether we are healthy or fighting illness, we often lose sight of our spiritual health. Psalm 63:5 says, "Find rest, O my soul, in God alone. My hope comes from Him." This is Pastor Paul Brigham of the First Baptist Church of Greeley, and I invite you to start a healthcare plan for your soul with us each Sunday morning at 10:15 and heard here at 7 a.m. on 1310 KFKA, the First Baptist Church of Greeley at 1091 10th Avenue.
Hey, are you looking for a real Philly taste experience? Fasten your taste buds, because a Taste of Philly, there's 6 Philly sandwiches to choose from. All are loaded with the tastiest steak, cheese, and toppings. Great hoagies, delicious wraps, and scrumptious specialty sandwiches. You hungry yet? I am. Taste of Philly across from UNC on 16th Street has free Wi-Fi. Come and meet your friends, or just stay at home and take advantage of free delivery. Call 336-0100. That's 336-0100. Taste of Philly, home of the real Philly cheesesteak.
You're overweight, and that person staring back at you in the mirror, it's not you. Perhaps you've been diagnosed with